As a career Army officer with almost 23 years in the Army and almost 18 of that as a Special Forces Green Beret, I've seen my share of combat with multiple tours in rough places around the world, to include Afghanistan. And I've also endured my share of loss and carried my share of trauma and guilt. And even though I've been out of the military, retired for 7 years, and successfully working in the civilian world, that guilt and that trauma have always been just below the surface. And it's taken me to some very dark places at periods in my life, to a point where at one point I was standing in a closet holding a pistol in my hand. And I've gone through various programs, the various protocols to help clear that. So, because I'm all about high performance, as a Green Beret, I was all about high performance. And now as a public speaker, as a storyteller, as a corporate leadership coach, I am all about high performance, and also an actor and writer. But the trauma, the guilt, that stuff can get in the way. It can. And even when you think you're on a roll, it can pop back up. And like I said, I've gone through multiple protocols with varying degrees of success. So when I was approached by Dr. Wood at the Inspired Performance Institute about undergoing another protocol, I was a little skeptical about it, to be honest with you, because I've been through it before and I've had some success, and frankly, I just didn't feel like going through it again. But at the time of this filming of this testimonial, when there's so much going on in the country right now, where it seems like our nation is divided, and so many of the things that we fought for as veterans, they don't seem valued anymore. They just seem, everything just seems out of sorts. It's like really, really traumatic. It triggers a lot of bad memories. And so I decided to give it a try. And so in that, I did a session with Dr. Wood using the TIPP program. And like I said, I wasn't skeptical, but I just wasn't really looking totally forward to it, because I've gone down that road before, and these are some tough memories that I have as a Special Forces officer. And a lot of it is around loss and guilt. And we went through the process, and I was so amazed at how much time he took to explain to me how the process originated, how he came to value the approach that he was doing, and how his own family members were the original subjects of his research. And that meant a lot to me, because, when it's personal, it's universal. Usually you're in front of a clinician who just is repeating some protocol that they learned, and there's no emotional skin in the game. But I could tell there was for him, and he took a very, very long time, in a good way, to help me understand the science and the rigor and how the brain works. I mean, and look, I teach high performance. I teach human connection, and I pride myself as being one of the best in the world at it. So I know a lot about how the brain works, and neuroscience, and human dynamics. But he showed me things and explained things to me about the brain's wavelength and the energies that are at different levels, both when we're conscious and when we're awake, and how a lot of what's wrong with, well, not what's wrong, there's not anything wrong with what he helped me understand, but a lot of what's going on with me is just a glitch in the system, that in fact that there's nothing wrong with me. And the whole process was really pretty cool. And the protocols that he uses to clear you are completely non-invasive. And when I say non-invasive, I'm a guy who's been exposed to invasive protocols, and I'm telling you, they're not. So if you're a veteran watching this, if you've experienced deep trauma, I can assure you that the way Dr. Wood comes at this, it is not the prolonged engagement that you've probably experienced in the past. And in fact, it was astoundingly simple to do. And then I guess the other thing that I loved about it was, after we did the clearing part, immediately I started to feel a relief. I really did. Then we got into the high performance part, and that was so fun to start to establish the aim points that you have for your life, those big strategic goals, and to find these anchors that I can use now. To whenever I'm going through a rough spot, I can use them, but also when I'm looking at a big goal that's scary, I can use them. By the time we were done, the clarity that I felt, the sense of peace that I felt, and man, I slept the whole night. I haven't slept through the whole night in years. And I did. I slept the whole night. This was last night. And today I have just felt more in my body, more alive, more at peace, and frankly, more excited about my future than I have been in a long time. And I still have the memories. They're still there, but they don't seem to be as like right in my face and pronounced. And I certainly don't feel the emotional attachment to them that I did, you know, and I there's more space now for the stuff that I'm excited about. In fact, I'm working on a new play right now in a new book. And I was already doing that before the protocol, but now after going through TIPP with Dr. Wood, it's wide open, and I feel like I'm right on that journey. So if you're thinking about it, whether you're a veteran or have, you know, I'm going to speak to folks who have gone through trauma or guilt, veteran or not, I would highly recommend this. What it does to not only clear you, but to posture you to really chase your dreams. I've never experienced anything like it. And I've put my son through it too, just to let you know. And my other two boys are going to go through it too. One of them's an infantry officer. So if you want to wonder what my level of skin in the game is, there you go. So thanks to Dr. Wood, thanks to the Inspired Performance Institute and all that they do. And the TIPP program is truly, truly amazing. And I strongly recommend it to get where you want to get in your life. Take care.